Welcome to more viewer mail. I figured we probably should do this again because the stuff's been piling up and I'm starting to forget things. And there's some stuff that came that I'd really like to use, so we'll do that. This first thing actually came about the time of the last one, and I didn't get it. What am I trying to say? I forgot to take it outside. I think I did the last viewer mail outside. I have to try to get it gently out of here so I don't destroy it. Luckily, the note is still intact because I was wondering if I did in fact lose it, but it's in here. I might have it destroyed by the time I get it out of this package, but oh, viewer, whoever you are that sent this is probably laughing because he probably knows that it's not that difficult to get this out of there, and I'm making it way more difficult than I did. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of this plastic. And I'll try to read you the note that I've crumpled up, sadly enough. Alright. Hello, my name is Chuck from I won't say where, and I enjoy watching your videos. I was going through some old magazines last winter and came across some advertisements that I thought you might be interested in. Enclosed is an Ohio Farmer magazine from 1966. On page 38 is an advertisement for the cedar that you restored. Okay, let's go to that first so we don't forget. So, Ohio Farmer, pretty cool. In Indiana, we got the Prairie Farmer, and then, you know, other states had like Wallace's Farmer and stuff. Ooh, this is going to be good already. It's got advertisements from, yeah, the 60s and stuff, obviously, because it's 1966, but from the big companies is what I'm trying to say. Back when places put a lot of care and thought into their artwork. What did he say, page 38? See, ooh, hey, before, well, let's go to page 38 first. And then we'll go back to what I just found, opening it up. Page 38, the Garver Cedars. If we can see that or not. There we go. But that's like that cedar I restored, and hopefully we will use here in the next few weeks to reseed pasture. The Seed Easy Cedar. It does look just exactly like mine. Then he says, the inside back cover has a picture you might enjoy too. Yeah, that's what I just saw turning it. Check this out. A 2-page ad for the 1250. Like the little tractor we're working on right now. This is very fragile magazine, so I need to be careful because I have, I think, detached it. But that is pretty sweet. That's actually a diesel in the picture. You can tell because of the way that it is. Totally different frame and front end. Pretty sweet. So thank you. Let me continue reading his note before I say thank you. Hope you continue making videos. They're informative and entertaining, and I get a kick out of watching Buddy and Jack help you out. Sincerely, Chuck. Thank you very much, Chuck. I like stuff like this. It's interesting to see the just all the articles and things, and the things that are in the background, you know, pictures, and I will enjoy reading this. I will go through it and definitely read it. I might have to get a frame and just open it up and frame it to this 1250 page, but we'll see about that. Okay, so thank you, viewer Chuck, for that. I'll try to lay this so I don't lose the note that goes with it. Next thing, you maybe recall that Moline Dan came to visit, and he brought me this, which is actually a piece of wood with the serial number tag for a Oliver Superior beet drill he found in like the scrapyard or something, and he saved this piece of board and brought it with him to give to me when he came out and visited. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I'm definitely going to put this either in the cabinet here or, you know, make it a wall hanger or something, because that's pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen a beet drill around these parts, and I don't know, this is kind of a nice way to save what could be saved of it, you know. A lot of implements got scrapped, so pretty neat. And thank you, Moline Dan. All right, I have a bunch of stuff down here. If I can get this open. I know what's in here because he messaged me ahead of time. I might have to get a knife. This is from good old John Bender, who is the Fiat guru that has commented on many a video. And he sent me some diodes that I could use because he said that, you know, when I said in that 1250 project I wasn't sure if I would have to have one. It turns out I didn't have to have one, but I like to keep stuff like this on hand, you know, in case you do. So he sent me several different kinds here. I see he said he's moving and he has no use for them. So we have, this is interesting. I've never really seen one like this before, but it has the diagram on how the electricity flows through. And then here's just a straight through style that you can wire in. This is basically what's in those kind like I've used before, you've seen, that plug into the alternator directly. It just has this on one of the wires. So definitely I will use those at some point in the future. And as always, thank you, John. You've done a lot for me that I probably don't even deserve, so thank you. Next, this comes from viewer Adam. I think he's from New York, and I'm pretty sure there's a note in it. It says, so I don't, try not to lose everything, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. He says, hope this finds you doing well and not too hot. My name is Adam and I farm in Central State, New York. I've never watched hardly any YouTube of anything until this February when my son was born. He didn't like to sleep at night, so I take him downstairs so my wife could sleep, and we found you. We love your videos. I farm 500 acres of my family's land, have some beef cows, and work full-time job. My cousin helps me farm just like yours. You talk a lot about your granddad, and I was lucky enough to grow up next door to mine and spent a ton of time with him growing up on the farm. Yes, I spent many days with my grandpa, who still lives with me, but unfortunately right now he's in the hospital and I don't know how that's going to play out. So anyway, we will find out later about that. But my grandfather's best friend from high school ran an Oliver dealership 4 miles from our farm. They would use our farm to try out many of the newer things. We had many whites and Olivers over the years. I grew up with a 2-155 white, an 1850, 1365, and 77 standard. We have also have some Fords and New Hollands. I have older pictures of my great-grandfather, grandfather, and great-uncle farming with stuff like the Super 88 they had. 2770, 1650, 2150, 2135, and different white and Oliver combines. When I was in 6th grade, the dealership closed. The best mechanic went to work at our local Ford New Holland dealer. The guy who owned that place had worked on our farm for my great-grandfather when he was a kid, and they always treat us well. So our newer tractors are Fords and New Hollands. I still have our Oliver 77 standard and use it all the time. I think it's funny how much you like Freddy the Fiat. Our 1365 was 4-wheel drive with a loader, and it was everyone's least favorite tractor. Yeah, the Fiats have really grown on me. I like them. Freddy is the 1450. People get that confused sometimes, but I like Freddy, and I like the 1365 too. The power steering never worked right, and it was a bear to steer. Okay, the front wheel assist ones were different, and I don't think that there's much of any parts availability for that setup, so it probably could have been a headache. It was a tough tractor though. We used it all the time cleaning barns and scraping the lot on our dairy farm since we didn't have a skid steer. We called ours Tony since it was Italian. My boy is almost 4 months old now and loves your videos. My aunt babysits him, and she tried putting on cartoons for him to watch. I told her no, he likes Ross. And she couldn't believe the first time he was fussing, she put on one of your videos on, and he chilled right out and paid attention. We watch your new videos each night after supper together. My wife is a vet, and she's a big fan of, BTD, Buddy the dog. She even laughs at some of your jokes. Please keep the videos coming. We love them. You make me feel a lot better that I'm not the only one who has an endless list of stuff that needs to be done. You're not the only one. The only thing I wish you wouldn't do so much is start tractors from the ground. I can hear you wiggle the gear shift lever. I just worry about other people watching who don't know what they're doing. That's true. I do things like that because I've done them so many times, which is no excuse because that could still get you one time. But people watching, I guess, don't do the things that I do. That's why I put the little card at the beginning of the videos, because you need to acquire some skill set before you start doing things like what I'm doing. I've just done it so much that, you know, it happens. So don't do what I say or do, I guess is the moral of the story. You have more tools than me, but when you said you were going to replace your planter chains, I got a set of these chain connection tools for you. I see you already did it, but I'm sending you anyway. They don't cost much, and I only use mine a couple times a year, but they're handy as heck. It draws the chain together so you can use both hands to put the master link on. Ooh. And it also makes it easier to put the master link together, because I know sometimes the chain will stretch and the master, and it's hard to get on the other side. I put all new chains in my planter last year, and it made it easy. Also, I used a bigger one when fixing some chains in my corn picker. Anyways, I thought you'd get some use from them. I also thought I had a fender light for a 1365 in the shop somewhere, but I can't find it. If I do, I will send that, since I have no use for it. Please keep the videos coming and stay safe. Give Buddy a pat for us. So I definitely will give Buddy a pat for you, and thank you a bunch. This is super duper cool. He got me a set of these, which I've seen for years, and I always thought I ought to get some of those, and just never did because I like to struggle. But I can't wait to try these out now. These are like a well, come on out of the package. So basically you hook them in the two sides of chain you're trying to connect, and then this thing here will pull them together, you see, you know, and then there you have it. You know, you can connect your chain magically. So he got me two different sizes, and I mean, that is so cool. That just, it blows my mind that people even watch the videos, more or less, that they would take the time to send me something nice, you know. I mean, I expected when I put my address and stuff, I'd be getting a lot of dead fish and, you know, rotten animals and stuff like that. But people actually send me nice gifts, so that is super duper cool. Thank you very, very much. Like I said, it's not expected, but very much appreciated, so that's pretty cool. Oh, buddy. Gotta give you a pat from the viewers. Good dog. Let's see here. Next down our list, on the cool factor, another gift that along the same lines that I can't believe somebody would send something so nice. This came from the Jungle Store, and it's got a little gift tag in it. It says, I thought you would like another set of solderless terminal crimpers. Thank you for all you do to promote family entertainment, even if it is farm animal. Even if a farm animal speaks its mind. Enjoy them. Mark from Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay, so check this out. I've been holding off to make this video. I mean, not fighting not to use this, because this is super cool and I want to use it right away. This is it says eye crimp on it. See that? And what it is, it's a little baggy set. I don't know if I can hold it up to the camera so you can see what's all in there. But it comes with a screwdriver, which there's nothing fancy about a screwdriver, but then it comes with this pair of pliers, which is a wire stripper pliers, which is also consequently the kind like I like, where it's out here on the top of the pivot, so you don't have to try to hook it over a wire, you know, you can just, so that is super cool. We'll use that definitely. But then this is the thing that I think is the neatest. Here is a crimping tool, and I'm gonna have to learn how to get smart enough to do it. It actually, I guess, ratchets, but what I thought was neat about it is it has the 3 dots on it for the different size of those butt connectors or terminal connectors. You know, you have yellow, blue, and red. So in theory, it should make a very perfect crimp, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to really spend some time and look over each one of these. There's 4 little pockets in here, and there's other dies and things, so I don't know what all that's for, but I guess that will become obvious in time. I don't know if those are for special ones or different things. Yeah, like there is something else. So I'm gonna have to really spend some time and try to figure out what we've all got here. This one's got a bunch of numbers on it and things. But I would say this is going to get the job done, and I am so thrilled to give it a try, because I bet it's going to make super nice crimps. You know, kind of when you do it on your own, it like smashes out the what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. The little plastic insulator that's on them, it'll like kind of make a mess out of that sometimes, but I bet you this thing will form that right into a spectacular thing. So that is super cool. Thank you very much, and again, like I said, not expected but very much appreciated, so thank you. All right, last thing on our list, viewer Donald sent me an email or a text message or something, some kind of message the other day. Said he was sending me something. He sent me some stuff before, and he said, I'm sending you more. He found another stash of manuals and stuff that he said he didn't have any use for, so he sent it, which is cool because I like this stuff, especially in the winter to read. So here we have a 8-in Ford operator's manual that looks to be in spectacular shape, so that's pretty cool. Here we have a piece of case tractor literature. So case model D series, or yeah, model D series, and then like on the back it's got other models, and there's like my little VAC right there, so that's cool. We will look through that. We have a late 770 brochure, which is pretty sweet. I'll have to look and see if I've got one of these. This one actually, if I do, I bet it's in better shape, so that is pretty sweet. And I've got the real tractor too, so yeah. What else? I don't want to, running out of places to lay stuff so it doesn't get destroyed. Here is an operator and maintenance manual for a Minneapolis Moline ZA tractor. That's kind of neat. I haven't been around too many Molines, so I'm going to read this book and try to understand more of stuff so that when I run across one again, I will know what to do. Along the Minneapolis Moline theme, we have a INT Minneapolis Moline book, and we have a repair catalog, which I assume is parts catalog. Yeah, 2 of them with 2 different part numbers, but for ZA series tractors. We have a Case CC parts catalog. We have a dealer's parts catalog for a WC and WF Alice Chalmers, so that's pretty cool. And another operator's manual for a ZA Minneapolis Moline. And we have one for a W. Okay, that needs to stay in there. That's kind of cool. Instruction tag for model W tractor belt pulley. I'll put that back in this manual. A WC, which that I'd like to find one of those. That's just what my great-grandpa had one, and then traded it for a WD, and then traded it and got rid of it. So, all right. Then we have a Ford shop manual for an 8-in, 2-in, 9-in. Minneapolis Moline Unimatic Power Lift. Ford tractor with Ferguson system instruction book. And a Farmall MD and MDV. That's another tractor that I think would be neat to have, just because of the way that they, you know, the way that they made it, where you had like 2 things, what am I trying to say, two different fuel systems to make it go, so that's pretty cool. Oh, here's his note. More manuals for your collection. Hopefully that will be useful to you. Thanks for all the videos you put out on YouTube. The content is always interesting and frequently entertaining as well. Viewer Donald. Thank you, Donald. I know you comment on every video, and that's pretty cool. And to take the time to send me stuff like this, I think it's pretty neat. So thank you very much. And as always, to everyone, thank you for all the stuff. There's a lot of positive comments, and people have been watching the videos, which, like I said, blows my mind. There's a lot of views, and everything seems to be going in the right direction. Hopefully we can keep making the channel bigger, and then we can get into doing some real fancy stuff someday. So yeah, but as always, thank you all for everything you do. And like I said, gifts are appreciated, but definitely not expected. I'm very appreciative of the stuff people send, and I don't see it coming a lot of times. I go to the post office and there it is. So that's pretty cool. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.